Okay, excellent. We're going to start by standing up in Tadasana, so in mountain pose. Okay, so from here, feet a few inches apart, kind of rolling back and forth just a little bit, feeling for the weight, where it is in the feet, reaching the fingertips down. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale everything out. Inhale deeply, lift up through the spine. Exhale out through the mouth if you like. Do one more. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. And then here, just reach up through the crown of the head, really actively. Feel a little lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Like you're looking kind of over maybe a high wall or something like that. Just feel that stretch in your neck and wiggle the fingers like they're going to reach towards the floor. Good. And then inhale, reach up and hold the left wrist on the exhale side bend. Inhale back up, other side. Okay, one side each more. Just breathing out as you bend, breathing in as you come to the top. Exhale down. Then put the thumbs together. Inhale, reach. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale wide. Two more times. Hook the thumbs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, push it all away. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, extending the fingers wide, bringing the hands back to heart center, and then just bowing your head, closing your eyes just for a moment, feeling for balance. Open your eyes. We'll do that side bend again. So inhale, reach up, hold onto the left wrist. Exhale, come to the side, and then just see if you can lift up the other. See if you can lift your left leg up. Maybe that doesn't work. Maybe you kind of toe touch. Inhale, back down, the other side. So reaching out and over, just building strength through the ankle and the muscles of the lower leg. One more on each side. Exhale, push into the ball of the standing foot. Down. And lifting up as much as we're pushing down through the ball of the foot, lifting through the hands, coming back down. But then bring the hands to, say, the back pockets or the sacrum. I'm going to turn. We'll just do 3 forward bends. So we're going to squeeze the elbows together like you're squeezing the shoulder blades closer together. On the exhale, we'll reach down, put the hands on the feet, and bend the knees. Hands come to the shins, extend the spine. Exhale, lower yourself, bend the knees, bring the arms out to the side, back pockets, back bend. Come back up on an inhale, exhale, lower down. So reaching with your fingers as far as you can reach. The knees can be bent. Hands on the shins, extend the spine. Exhale, touch down, bring your hands back here. Little squeeze. Last one. Exhale, soften the knees, bring yourself down. Inhale, come to a flat back, hands on the shins, extend the spine. And then bring the hands to the hips, bend your knees, come up to standing. Now come to the top of the mat. Still seating. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold. Inhale, come to a flat back, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, step down, rather hands down, step back, right foot goes down, lunge, and bring the knee down. Inhale, we'll bring our arms up. And we'll just keep kind of a little circle here, alternating arms. So pushing through the back foot, pushing into the top of the foot, just getting some movement going in the shoulders, stretching the right quad, bringing the arms back up. Exhale, touch down, come onto the ball of the back foot, and then hold here to reach back with your right heel for a little standing lunge. Exhale, lower down, come back to a flat back. Exhale, lower down, step back. Now with the left foot, knee goes down, push into the top of the foot, inhale up and reach. And then exhale, one at a time, just rotating in a circular manner and letting the hips come forward, pushing through the back top of the left foot. Breathing. And then bringing the arms back up. Exhale, frame the front foot, come back onto the ball of the foot, come back onto, or rather push into the right foot, come forward and extend the left leg out behind you, just like a half warrior three. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up with the arms above you. Exhale, hands down. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. We'll step back to plank and hold. So hands are just underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, belly lifts, and the thighs pull or roll towards each other. Breathe. Then the knees will come down. We'll come into puppy pose. So that's like a tabletop, except for onto your forearms. So you make your hips right over the knees, and then bring your head down. Have a nice stretch through the shoulders. And then inhale, coming back up to tabletop. Inhale the right arm up. On the exhale, dive it under the left. Two more. Inhale, reach, open the front of the chest. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, full reaching with the right arm. Come back to tabletop, do the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach through. Inhale, stretching the front of the left shoulder and now the back of the left shoulder. One more. Coming back up to tabletop. So we don't need the blanket quite yet. We're going to take ourselves from tabletop into Cobra. So easing the hips down, coming down onto our belly, push the tops of the feet in. Hands are just underneath the shoulders. Lift for Cobra. Elbows hug in, exhale down. Coming back up through tabletop, exhale, child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Ease yourself down, let the forehead touch, and then lifting the head first, bend the spine, Cobra. Exhale down, coming back through. Do this a total of 5 times at your own pace. So just moving through a little warm up of the spine. See if you can inhale when you're coming up and exhale as you're going down. Therefore, when you're pulling yourself up to tabletop, pull your belly button in as you breathe. That activates more the core. And then just when you're finished, just stay in child's pose for just a moment. Of course, I can't really see you, so I'm just going to assume you're at the same pace that I am. And then from child's pose, we'll come back up to tabletop, lift up to down dog. So curl the toes under, lift the hips, come all the way back. Keep the knees bent here, soft, pedal out 1 foot at a time. Now inhale the left leg up as high as you can while keeping the right heel pushing towards the floor. If you like, you can even do three-legged dog just for fun. And a nice big stretch through your side. Then bring it back. Exhale, knee comes forward to a lunge. From here, we're going to push our weight into the left foot like we did before. Bring up the right leg behind us, just for a little modified warrior three. Have the toes facing down, and like you're putting the heel on the back wall. Exhale, bring yourself down. Inhale, come to hands on the hips, and all the way up to standing. Inhale, come to fierce or chair pose. So the arms come up, the hips go low, knees are next to each other, and there's a little space between the feet. Breathe. Exhale, hands to the chest, come all the way down, straighten the legs. Inhale, come to a flat back. On the exhale, right foot goes back, extend through the spine. So make sure your right knee is over your left knee is over the left ankle. Stretch the heart. Exhale, back to full plank. Hold here, or you can go to chaturanga. Exhale, hold, and then gliding through to up dog. So you're on the tops of your feet or cobra. Curl the toes under, come to down dog. So feel for the heat that you're building, feel for the warmth in your muscles. Push your chest towards your thighs and breathe. On the inhale, we'll lift the left leg up behind us. On the exhale, bend the knee, come back into that lunge, but this time plant the back foot, come up to warrior one. So reaching high, maybe even a little back bend, cementing that back foot behind you. Then exhale, come down, frame the front foot, come back to plank, either chaturanga or coming down, lifting up, curl the toes under, down dog. Stay for 5. So letting yourself cool down or continue to heat up. The sun salutations stretch all the major muscles of the body, the front, the back, the side bends. Get ourselves ready for the rest of the practice. On the inhale, look up between your hands, walk your feet up between your hands, keep your knees bent. On the inhale, we'll come up to fierce pose or chair pose once again. On the inhale, we come up to standing. Good. Feel for that space between the feet and feel for the equal distribution of the weight in your feet. Do the other side now. So inhale, come to chair. So breathing, lifting the chest, embracing a wobble. Exhale, hands come down, thumb forward, touch down, Uttanasana. On the inhale, come up to a flat back and step back with the left foot on the ball of the foot, and then reach the chest forward so you get length through the left thigh and breathe. Then exhale, back to plank. Your choice, modified or chaturanga. Coming up to up dog, if that's part of your practice, or cobra. And then curl the toes under, come back to down dog. Breathe. On the inhale, right leg goes up behind you. You're reaching as high as you can, like the foot's going to go onto the ceiling, and reaching down with the left heel. Maybe a little three-legged dog. Bring it back. On the exhale, the knee bends, comes into a lunge, plant the left foot. Inhale, come up to warrior one. So gaze is up between the hands, front knee is bent, and you're breathing. On the exhale, come down, frame the front foot, come back into plank, bring yourself down, come into Cobra, lift. On the exhale, come back down to Flexion dog. And always go into Child's Pose 2 here. On the inhale, look up between your hands. You can walk or you can try hopping. Coming up, doesn't have to look pretty, to the top of the mat. Hold on to the big toes. Knees can be bent. Pull up on the toes so that you're going into a flat back. But this is gorilla. Stretching the calves and the backs of the thighs. And then exhale, bend the knees, arms go out to the side and come up to standing, reaching up. Exhale, coming back down to hands at the chest. And then come into or you still stay standing like you are, but come and face me or face you. So 2 standing balancing poses rather. Have a couple of inches between the feet. First one will be eagle pose. So bring the weight into the left foot. On the exhale, we'll bring the right knee over the left. So they're bent, and we're squatting down. So get nice and kind of steady here. Feel symmetric in the pelvis. Arms come out. We'll bring now the left arm over the right, cross at the elbows, either here or go up here, or if you can go all the way so that the palms can touch in some way, you look through the forearms, that's your eagle eye. So eagle pose. As you breathe in, lift the elbows. As you breathe out, sink the pelvis. Balancing here with the ball of the big toe. We're folding the front body, opening the back. On the inhale, we'll come up out of the pose, and we'll do the other side. So this is a neutralizing pose that just kind of resets the spine. Weight goes into the right foot. You can have a little bend in the right knee. Inhale, left over the right. And I'm balancing on the ball of your foot. If you're more experienced, you can wrap it all around. Sink the hips. Feel steady here. Inhale, right over the left. Hold, or a V, or all the way. You're taking full eagle, you're going to raise the elbows up to the height of the shoulders and breathe. Exhale, a little more, sink. So sink and get lower in the pelvis. Breathe. On the inhale, we'll come up out of the pose, bring the arms out, and come back to standing. Next posture is dancer, so we can use both the wall and a strap. So I'll teach it just at the wall. We'll bring ourselves this way, so it's on our side. I have it being the left side, but it doesn't matter. Open your strap, and then bring the weight into the left foot, and bend the right knee. You can either hold it like so, or hold it with the strap. So don't put your knee way out, make it right next to the other. So you're not rotating the hip. Oops. And just hold it like so. And then if you can, maybe lock it over the shoulder. So get your balance. As you breathe in, lift the chest. As you breathe out, press through the left foot. So I'm holding the wall here. Arm goes up. Okay, get your balance again. So this is the pose, and this is fine. Or maybe you can push the right foot into the strap. Push, 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 push. Feel a nice stretch through the right quad. And then you lean somewhat forward. Keep breathing. On the inhale, we'll come back up. Release the strap and come out of the pose. And then we'll do the other side. The weight comes into now the other foot. For me, it's the right. Bend the left knee. So you want to see that the knees are just right next to each other and they're not kind of at an angle. So I'm going to show this side without the strap. So put your hand on the top of the foot. Find your balance. Breathe. Bring your arm out. I'm holding onto the wall for your balance. And then on the next exhale, I'm pushing my left foot into the hand. Just pushing the hand away. As I do so, I'm creating a back bend. That brings my torso forward. And breathe. Do your best. See what the pose has, and then release. On the exhale, just come slowly out of the posture, bring the arm back down, and bring the hands back down too. Good job. Come back to the top of the mat. Take a quarter turn towards the right, step back with the right foot, come into warrior two. Left foot toes face the top of the mat. Make sure that your right foot is facing the long end of the mat. Inhale the arms up to the height of the shoulders. So it's nice to be able to see in this camera that your shoulders are over the hips. Be careful not to hyperextend the knee. That's not healthy. And then on the exhale, we look over the left arm, bend into the left knee, any amount. So again, be careful that your torso doesn't just go with you. You're still reaching out actively with both hands and breathing. Feel for where you can just use less effort. Virabhadrasana 2. On the exhale, the right arm goes down. Inhale comes left arm up, reverse warrior. Nice stretch through the thighs and the groin, the inner lines of the thigh. Inhale, come back up, straighten that front knee. Exhale out as far as you can. Drop the hand down to the shin. Reach up for triangle. If you want more core, let the left hand dangle. So your arms are out and like a T. Nice. Inhale, bend into the knee, come all the way up. Bring the hands to the hips. Clasp the hands behind you, opening the chest. On the exhale, forward fold. Let the hands come down. On the next inhale, bend your knees quite a bit. Let the hands come back to the sacrum. Slowly roll yourself up, just making sure you don't go too fast. And then bringing the back foot to the front foot, releasing the hands. Good job. Now we'll go to the other side. So we'll make a quarter turn to the left. Left foot goes out wide. The right foot now goes to the short end of the mat. So make sure that you're lining up the right heel with the arch of the left foot. And it doesn't have to be the widest stance, so just where it's comfortable. Inhale the arms up to the shoulder level. Look out over the right arm. Exhale into the knee. So push the knee towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Push the knee just out. In general, you feel a nice stretch through the groin. And breathe. If you want a little more challenge, you can bring your hands up and the wrists go kind of flexed, and so your hands are facing the ceiling, just a little bit more challenge. Or you're fine here. And exhale, the left arm goes down, right goes up. Reverse warrior, stretching the side body. Very nice. Inhale, come back up. Straighten that right leg rather. Reach out with your arm, touch not the knee joint, but above or below, and then reach with the left arm. Again, you can just keep the hand sort of floating by the shin if you want more core, but just be careful not to push on the joint. Feel your energy dispersing in all directions, like you have like a starfish around your belly button. It's going everywhere. On the next inhale, look down at your foot, bend your knee, bring the arms back up, bring the hands to the hips, and then just heel toe your feet a little bit closer. Bring the arms back up like we did. Have the feet go out. So the toes now facing out, arms come up, fingers wide, exhale, goddess. So feeling like the knees are kind of pushing towards the back, elbows and shoulders are kind of clutching in and the fingers wide. Inhale, we'll reach out, 5-point star, 2 more times. Exhale, goddess. So a lot of pelvic floor strengthening here, pulling the belly in as we breathe. Inhale out. Last one. Inhale all the way back up. Hands come back to the hips, and we heel toe the feet back to the center. Good job. Another balancing pose will be helpful to have the strap. So again, we'll get close to the wall or not, but just so it's an option. So this is a standing big toe pose. The weight goes into the right foot. First is inhaling the left knee up to the level of the hip. It's bothering me. So you flex your ankle so that it's almost like you're on a stair. Okay, and then just be here. You can have your hands on your hips, drawing the thighs somewhat together, lifting the chest and getting your balance, looking at something that's not moving. Then from here, you can bring your strap across the ball of the foot and hold it like so. Or you might see about extending it all the way. So keeping yourself breathing, using the breath to keep your focus and stretching the heel out as far as it can go. Not worrying about wobbling, and on the exhale, bring the knee down and come back out of the pose. Weight goes into the left foot now. Inhale the right knee up to the level of the hip. This is pretty challenging as it is, so you can just be here some days, especially if you're distracted. Or you can hold and just be like here. Or if you like, you can extend and see what that's like. Just going towards straightening the knee, letting yourself fall in and out. Maybe we're going to fall, always going to fall. So how do we get up? Do we fall with grace? Do we fall with shame? Do we fall and get angry and never going to do that again? Or do we fall and figure out how to get back up and find our center? Exhale, lower down. That was not my pose today. Okay, so big toe pose, very good. Now, coming to, again, face the top of the mat. Spread the feet wide, but not with the ankles out, not with the toes out. Bring the hands to the hips, and then exhale, come to a squat. So if you are comfortable like so, leave it that way, or you can sit on the block. Doing so, you can push the knees further apart and try to straighten the back. Or, if you're good where you are, it'd be like so. Just breathing here. So pushing the hands together, that gives us leverage to lift through the heart, lift through the spine. And then release the hands and come onto your seat with the feet out, like we're in a position to start boat, but we're not doing that yet. We're going into an incline plane. So be careful of your wrists. If your wrists tend to be a little sensitive, you might do the fists instead of the wrists, but putting the hands kind of behind your hips, push into the feet and lift up for a reverse tabletop. Or if you want a little more, you can do incline plane, which is just the lengthening of the legs. So inhale, lifting the belly, exhale, soften. And when you're ready, you can sit the pelvis back down, bring the soles of the feet back up, and then roll back on the sit bones, bring the arms out, lift the legs, lift the feet, have the shins be parallel to the floor, and hold. So lifting as you go with the chest high, exhaling, pulling the belly button in, letting yourself wobble, sweat. Then exhale, bring your feet down and hug your knees in. Inhale, coming back upright. We'll do that again, but this time we'll do some little more challenge. So we come up into boat. On the exhale, we come down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, down. Hovering. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. That's 4. And do 8. Because we're strong. I think that's 8. Exhale the legs down, the feet down, and hug yourself. The knees in and breathe. The head rests. On the inhale, we'll lift back up. And then we're going into Pigeon Pose. So I'm going to take you in this way. We'll bring the left knee to a bend. And then with the right leg, come all the way back like so. So this is not the best alignment right here, so I'm going to adjust it. First, starting with a flexion of the ankle. Okay, so the ankle's got to be strongly flexed to protect the knee joint. It could be way back here, and I could be sitting on it, or you could have it at any level. Here we want to perch, so we want the hip bones elevated, pushing into the right knee and the top of the right foot so that we can lift up. You might even use a block. You put your hands here, you can really feel the lift through the pelvis. So think about drawing the left knee close to the right thigh. You pull those two places together, you lift the pelvic floor. If this is fine, you can stay here, or if you want a little more, you can take your strap or just your hand. You can bend the back foot, holding the top of the foot. Just to get a really delicious stretch through the quad, or maybe you'd even like do this. So just your choice. Exhale, lower down, let leg go back, and then from here, we walk ourselves forward. Again, you can bring your block to rest your forehead, or just come to soften. We'll hold this for 8 breaths. So put a blanket under your left hip if that's what you're accustomed to doing. You don't want to just dump into that joint. You want to stay high. It's a great stretch for the piriformis area of the hip, and the sciatic area, and all that. On the next inhale, we'll lift ourselves up, plant the hands just like so, come onto the ball of the back foot, and then slowly make your way back to down dog, stretching out your legs. And then coming back to pigeon pose, this time bringing the right foot, right knee forward, extending the left leg out back. So either sitting like so, or bringing yourself into whatever pigeon version you like. I'm actually having trouble with this knee, so I'm going to do this one. I like to just use the block just to see how I can kind of feel the height of the pelvis. So on the inhale, we're pushing through the top of the left foot and feeling an elevation in the pelvic floor. Again, drawing the right knee towards the left thigh and activating all those muscles that are very important. And if you want, you can bring your hand back and bend the left knee, holding the top of the foot like so, or even lifting up like so. Breathe. On the exhale, bring your arm down, bring the leg down, and then come into whatever version of folded pigeon you like. Making sure your forehead is resting on something and letting your hips be soft for 8 breaths. And the next inhale, lift yourself up out of pigeon pose. Hands get planted, curl the left toes back. Make your way back to down dog. Letting whatever feels right organically with moving to just occur. And then when you're ready, we'll come back into tabletop, bring the feet to the side, and come onto our backs. Take your strap. Come onto your backs, bend your knees, soles of the feet line up with the hips, and then extend the left leg all the way out. We're going to bend that right knee, as I said, and then loop the right foot. So just like we did standing big toe pose, which is basically this, we're going to do it now on our backs. So left arm goes out to the side for leverage. Make sure your shoulders are still touching the floor. It can just be here, knee can be bent. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring it across the body for a nice lateral supine stretch. So you want to have it so it hovers and doesn't touch the ground. You usually would feel this in your calves, in the back of the hamstrings. Of course, the right shoulder will come up a little bit unless you change arms. So if you like that central twist through the belly, then you might put the right arm to the side. On the next inhale, lift that leg up, back to center, release the strap, and then release that leg out straight. Just feel for a few breaths here. Any difference, one side of the lower body than the other? And then inhale the left knee up, take your strap, loop the bottom of the foot, extend that up. Again, one side is not the same necessarily as the other. If the knee needs to be bent, that's fine. If you're kind of extending a little more on this side, just feel the nice stretch through the back of the leg. And the right arm now goes to the side. And then on the exhale, we bring it across the body. I'm switching my hold so I can bring my left arm out. And then my left leg goes all the way across, but hovers close to the floor so that I feel a little bit more through the oblique and through the center of the body. Just wringing out, purging, squeezing. On the next inhale, lift the leg up and release the strap and let the leg go all the way the length of the mat. Let the arms relax. The feet flop to the side. So our next posture is a back bend. And since you're both very experienced yoginis, I thought I'll give you an option that we can do bridge. We're going to do a bridge flow, or if you like this and it's part of your practice to do shoulder stand. My only rule about shoulder stand is you must have this blanket. So I'm going to show you how it has to be. Go further down. So the blanket would be at the top of the shoulders, and this is to spare your neck. So we know bridge, but if you want to do shoulder stand, you see how it is right at the top of my shoulders. It's not on my neck. And then it supports the upper spine. There's a little decrease in the angle of the flexion of my neck. Never turn our head in this position. If you want, you can go into plow. Oops. Or just stay. Do this and that. Or your choice. So as we come out here, bridge, we'll bring the soles of the feet in line with the hips. On the inhale, we'll lift the pelvis, lift the belly, and a feel for being on the backs of the shoulders. And it helps to bring the hands together in a clasp. It lifts the heart, really brings into a good alignment how it is to be weight bearing on your shoulder blades, not your neck. So push the feet into the mat, lift the pelvis. Breathe. On the exhale, release the hands and slowly lower your pelvis all the way down. If you took shoulder stand, then slowly bend your knees and come out of the pose as well, bringing your knees to a bend and not popping up into anything else right away. Just breathe here. I'm going to do a series of 5 bridge flows. So on the inhale, we'll come into bridge, but we'll bring our left arm up with us. So on the inhale, we lift up the torso, lift up the left arm, touch it back. On the exhale, slowly letting the arm and the torso come back, touching the earth at the same time. Now inhale, right arm comes up with you, soft, just a real fluid movement. Don't worry about the speed. Everybody has their own. You want your eyes closed, ideally, just to feel. And after the next right arm, kind of pause when you come back down, and we'll do just 2 of both arms. So we lift up the pelvis, come into bridge, both arms coming along with us, holding, letting the hands rest behind us. Exhale, coming slowly down. One more. Inhale, reaching, lifting up, getting the heart open, stretching the back body. Exhale, coming slowly down. Good. And then stay. So let the knees come together, feet go wide. Kind of move your neck side to side. And then straighten the feet so they line up again with the hips, knees apart. Inhale, draw the knees into the belly. And rock up and down 5 times. Nice massage along the spine. The last one, come right up to seated. And then take your strap. And if you like, you can take that blanket and have it under your knees so that you can have the support to your bent knees. Come up tall in the spine. Keep your knees bent if you'd like that, or you can keep them straight. And then looping the feet. So holding the strap with both hands, inhaling with spine long, exhaling forward, and then just rounding. So letting yourself round. Almost could kiss your kneecaps here. On next inhale, just roll yourself up from your forward bend Bring the strap off to the side. And then if you want something underneath you, the blanket is there, or maybe you want it underneath your head. Come down into your favorite Shavasana shape. Taking any last moves that you need before you fully relax. And then come into Shavasana or Supta Konasana, whichever you like, which is the triangle shape with your legs. Move the head back and forth, releasing any last tension. Breathe out fully. And sink into the support that's under you. Let the jaw drop a little away, the bottom jaw from the top. Let the tongue soften, the eyes soften. Even the little muscles in the fingers, just let them soften and be a lot less contracted. And let everything go. slowly begin to deepen your breath. Allow yourself to rise back into the space. Just noticing what the practice offered you today. Begin to move your toes and your fingers. Take your time, stretching out the length of the mat as you breathe in. Maybe rolling onto one side. Not rushing at all. Come up to seated and we'll close the practice together. Bring your hands to heart center. Feeling this beat of our heart. And the rise of the chest with your breath. And coming full circle. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you for supporting my Yoga for Haiti fundraiser and all my efforts. And I hope to be able to do yoga on the beach in the next few weeks in the evening and keep you posted. So thank you so much for coming and for your generosity. Namaste.
Namaste.